just at all. And the Bible assures us that he is just. If you turn this half of the room, turn to Romans 9:14 from David that way, from Monty that way, turn to 2 Thessalonians 1:6. Romans 9:14.
1:6?
Yes. Romans, anybody got the Romans verse? Got it? Here, you guys go ahead.
What then shall we say? Is God unjust? Not at all.
There you go. God is not unjust. So what does it mean if you're not unjust? Take out the double negative. He is just. Alright? So now 2 Thessalonians 1:6. Got it? Read it.
Seeing it is a righteous thing with God to recompense tribulation to them that trouble you.
Basically, God's saying, we're going to make everything equal. It's going to be just. Just going out there.
As the message said, he is going to be settling the score.
Settling the score. There's the message for you. So, you're just evening up the score, being just. So, the Bible, there's no debate. God is just. So, that wall has to be there, right? Now, I'm going to split up into thirds this time. This side of the table, Sean or Devin, look up Psalm 86:15. The whole back row, Mr. Russell to Zoe, look up 1 John 4:8, and this side, look up Psalm 52:8. That's Psalm 86:15, 1 John 4:8, Psalm 52:8.
I like Psalm 52. One of the shorter psalms.
Nope, one in Psalm 80 something is the shortest actually.
It
Chapter.
says 9 verses.
I don't know, one only has like 2.
Hey Nick, you want to read that one?
Which verse again?
15. 86:15.
I don't know. Something with an 8 in it.
But you, Lord, are a compassionate and gracious God, slow to anger, abounding in love and faithfulness.
He's loving. Now, 1 John 4:8. David, did you read that?
But anyone who does not love does not know God, for God is love.
Not only is God loving, he is love. That's the very essence of what he is. He's love. There has to be a big contradiction here. What's the last verse?
And I'm an olive tree growing green in God's house. I trusted in the generous mercy of God then and now.
He's merciful. And I think a different version would also put love in there. So it's talking about, these verses say he's just. He's going to go through, and, I don't want to phrase this. Justice will prevail. That's going to happen. Then other verses say that he's loving and merciful. There has to be a contradiction. There's a big wall. A lot of people can't get past that. Then another description for God, if you look at Isaiah 6:3, I'll just read it together if you want. Isaiah 6:3, it says, "And they were calling to one another, Holy, holy, holy is the Lord Almighty. The whole earth is full of his glory." Things are important if they're going to repeat. This is God telling us, hey, listen up. I'm even going to repeat myself 3 times. You think of Philippians 4:4, and I always thought this was a cool verse because it said, rejoice in the Lord always. I will say it again, rejoice. He must be trying to make a point. This must be important. We got to get this. He's repeating himself. It's saying 3 times, holy, holy, holy is the Lord Almighty. The whole earth is full of his glory. Now, what does it mean to be holy? It means to be spotless, sinless, beyond compare. He is perfect, holy. Now, everyone look up that light, and you'll notice that's not dark. Anyone want to challenge me there? You did. Okay, for the example, some shadows are darker than others. But for the most part, where there's light, there is no darkness. It's impossible to go through it.
Darkness does not exist, and there's only the absence of light.
True. Thank you,
Where there is light, there cannot be darkness, because darkness is the absence of light. Thank you for furthering that point. Anything the light touches, no darkness. Alright? Any arguments there? Where there's light, there isn't darkness. That's the definition.
What about black
So-
light?
I'm not even getting into that. So, in the same way, God is holy. He cannot be in the presence of sin. Alright? Light, darkness don't get along. They're always separate. God and sin cannot be together. Up in heaven, if you're smothered in sin, like I was before I was saved, you can't get in. There's no exceptions, except maybe the age of accountability, which is if you're a child and you're too young to take accountability for that sin.
So I don't know what sin they committed, though.
What?
I don't know what sin they committed, though.
Yeah.
I was Sue and I went out and did this, and this.
Yeah.
So we broke into someone's house.
So, someone turned to, I always mispronounce this book of the Bible, I'm sorry. Habakkuk? Yep.
Habakkuk.
Habakkuk. See what I was talking about? 113.
That's how I used to say it. Until I was
Habakkuk 113. 8.
I've never heard of that, honestly, to be honest.
Habakkuk?
It's one of the 66, I promise.
It's actually a really good book.
Connor, it's not the Apocrypha.
I don't even know. I got my PowerPoint. I'm cheating.
That's right.
Anybody have it yet? Go ahead and read it, Mr. Crescent.
Thou art of purer eyes than to behold evil, and canst not look on iniquity. Wherefore lookest thou upon them that deal treacherously, and holdest thy tongue when the wicked devours the man that is more righteous than he. Is that what you wanted?
I'm going to read a clearer version. That's good. That's right. Yes. But just to kind of put it in different words, your eyes are too pure to look on evil. You cannot tolerate wrongdoing. Why then do you tolerate the treacherous? Why are you silent while the wicked swallow up those more righteous than themselves? Just, if you look at the first part of that verse, your eyes are too pure to look on evil. You can't even look at it. God is perfect, pure. There's no comparison. Nothing compared. He cannot be in the presence of sin. Alright? And then we talked about original sin, how we're all sinners. So, I don't believe there are any contradictions in the Bible. A lot of people would argue that. I don't believe there are. So I believe that wall has to come down one way or another. I don't believe that wall even exists, to be honest. I think that God is both just and loving, because this book called him both. Alright? So there has to be some kind of forgiveness. He can't just let everybody into heaven, because that wouldn't be just. He can't just send everybody to hell, because that wouldn't be loving. There has to be something in between. And I think I found what's in between. God's gift to us. Look at it. That's not even as big as the one they used on Christ.
Is that the original?
Yeah, that's got at least 2,000 some years on it.
Connor of all people has the original.
Gonna say, fall out of the sky. I mean, seriously, feel that. That's not even what the real one. That's a miniature.
And we trusted science that made it tested.
Yeah. Jesus.
Actually, I don't know. It could be the original, 'cause I heard people were smaller back then.
God.
Yeah, they're just on a terrible guy, so
Oh,
it's
that's
definitely-
obvious.
Yeah. It's definitely
Now,
true. I'll look it up.
I know it's kind of just,
According to them.
just some chatter right now, just having fun. But seriously, everyone, if you're wearing long sleeves, just pull them back. there's the bait if it's right here or right here. Either way, it hurts. Chris, okay, this one. Think about it. Think about that. Something even bigger than that being driven through it. Now look at your other arm. Same thing.
Oh yeah, it's kind of right there in the chocolate, right.
That one hurt, dude, though.
Bottom of the palm, no matter what it is.
Look down at your feet and imagine one being put through both of them. Imagine a crown of thorns being shoved onto your head. This right here is the greatest gift that's ever been given to anyone. You know, you think of how big the wedding ring you're going to give your wife someday. Can't compare. God's love is infinitely higher. His standards are infinitely higher. We can't get to heaven by ourselves. There had to be something else. There had to have been an alternative. There had to be blood. There had to have been another person who could come down here, live a righteous life for us, and finish it for us. I'm sure a lot of you have heard what Jesus said on the cross. It's finished. It's over. You're forgiven. You know, a lot of times people think, well, you know, I've done too much in my life to be forgiven. I've actually had a guy tell me that this year when I was talking about Jesus. He said, I've done too much to be forgiven. This is a guy in high school. I'm thinking, what could you have done by this time to get yourself in that much trouble? I mean, when you think about that, I don't even want to know what the guy's done to make him think that. And I don't need to. God knows. And heck, Cain murdered his brother. And God said, you know, I'm going to send somebody down here to save all of you. David he committed adultery with one of the subjects of his kingdom.